Hi everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center. Today I'm really excited to talk to you guys about the 2025 Lund 2075 Tyee. So this is the largest model in the Tyee line. The Tyee's kind of been a staple of the Lund brand for many, many years, going back well into the 90s. It's kind of one of the more popular models. We're going to kind of go through some of the differences and advantages of this model, kind of compared to other models in the line. But basically what we're going to see with the Tyee series is a deeper, bigger, more luxurious fishing boat. Okay, we've got obviously down the line, we've got Impact, we've got Rebel, we've got Adventure, we have Angler. Those are all kind of a little bit smaller boats, a little bit lower profile. The Tyee series is going to be kind of like that luxury. It is a fishing boat, however, maybe with some family elements to it. If your family wanted to go out for a day, you can feel comfortable and nice in this boat. There's definitely some touches and some different things that makes this boat fancier, nicer. We'll just kind of start with the exterior. And some of these features are going to be optional, some of them are standard. But right now we see the new color pattern for 2025, where we see the cool graphics on the side. We've got the silver stone and black color set up, so a two-tone color configuration. Really nice, rich. We see the raised chrome letters here, give the boat a little bit more pop. What makes it a little bit more luxurious. Obviously, with all Lunds, obviously this one's including as well, we've got the IPS hull configuration, but the Tyee series is going to take it a step further with the IPS 2 configuration. So there's extra strakes underneath the hull for stabilization to make the boat ride well. Obviously, we have Lund's double-plated bow construction and the general good heavy-duty ride construction that Lund's known for. On the trailer side, a nice upgraded trailer. And they call this one modeled a custom trailer. We see, chrome heavy-duty step pads, aluminum wheels, heavy-duty frame, upgraded winch stand. There's actually a boarding ladder you can't really see on the other side, so you can actually board it from the bow. So overall, tons of features, even on the exterior of this Tyee. Moving to the transom area of the Tyee, I'll point out a couple features that are common with Lund, but I'll point it out on this boat. We see a nice wide bottom. All right, so rather than the side of the boat kind of darting in and the bottom being pretty narrow, we see it like all Lunds with this IPS hull, wide bottom. We have a nice reverse chine here, so that really keeps the boat stable side to side, as well as act as spray deflection alongside actually the spray deflector that's actually molded on the outside too. And then we see the boat's reasonably deep back here, but it's not crazy deep, and that allows for the boat to be very stable side to side. Makes it so that the deep V part of the boat is mostly in the bow of this boat. So when you're entering waves, entering the the rougher water, it'll impact them there, and then as you kind of run through, the boat's going to be very stable side to side, because it does get a little bit flatter back here. But at the same time, right at the keel, we see it gets flat, and that allows for water to hit the prop undisturbed. And honestly, even though this is a bigger, heavier boat, compared to other models, other brands, you're going to see typically good performance on the Lund, more fuel efficiency, less bow rise, and quite frankly, better top end speeds. Okay, so we work our way inside the interior of the 2075 Tyee. Just a few little things I'll point out back here in the transom. Obviously, we have a rear elevated fishing deck. Right now, I'm sitting in the pop-up jump seat, which obviously you can flip down like on that side to make a full fishing deck. We see a seat base up here. All right, so these seats, the three seats in the cockpit here, any of those can move up here. We also have a spot for a ski tow bar if you're going to water ski with the family, that type of deal. We've got a nice big live well here in the center. All right, with a divider in it, which is pretty cool. Nice little accent hits, nice cool little cup holder here. We see a nice finished off area on both sides for where the storage compartments are on the side. Nice little cubby storage here with a grab handle. This boat does have 4 speakers for the stereo located throughout the boat, 2 in the transom, 2 in the bow area. Little LED light hits throughout the boat. There's one on the port side over there, which is pretty cool. And ultimately, we see the Sport Track system where you can see where the bimini top's mounted here. All right, so the bimini tops we got mounted right here, and then you can get additional canvas and different things like that, but it's sliding into this track. So in theory, you can move if you really wanted to, the positioning of that top. If it's in the way or whatever, you don't think you're going to use it, you can slide it back. or slide it forward. But it does, when it is deployed in this position, you want it to attach to the windshield. So this would be the area where you would use it when it's deployed. And then, but other accessories, different mounts, cup holders you can get in here. New for 2025, they've got a kind of this wider gunnel's got a little bit different pattern on it, which is pretty cool. Gives it a little bit more, it's not just a flat top, so it kind of, you know, hides imperfections and that type of stuff if you do scratch it, or, you know, down the road mount accessories to it, whatever. It's pretty flexible in the use. Okay, we move up into the midsection of the boat. We can kind of see how big the cockpit is. Again, this is a 21-foot model, but on this particular model, they really make sure that the cockpit size is really big. So we saw how much leg room I had when I was sitting in the rear seat. You know, but plenty of room for 6 people behind the windshield to sit comfortably. You know, plus with the bow area, person 7 and 8 can sit comfortably. But, you know, again, wide feel, big, massive boat. The other thing is the bimini top, when you don't have it deployed like this, you can actually store it away underneath the rear seat, which is kind of nice. You know, they call it the hider, so that it's not in the way. If you need it in emergency, it's not really hindering, other than there's literally like a couple little spots where the arms would come out, but otherwise you can fish around it and it's not really in your way. That's pretty cool. The dash for 2025 is all brand new, so brand new dash panel. And really what they're trying to do here, innovate the dash a little bit. We do have the wireless phone charger off to the right, simple gauge package, but really what the key thing here is, look at how much space you have for your locators, or however you want to fish, whatever you want to do. You know, so you can put 2 really big locators on there and still have space for it, which is really nice. This particular boat's got the upgraded pilot chair, all right, which is a really cool suspensions chair that's adjustable. I've got plenty of leg room here. It's comfortable. The throttle control is conveniently located. All your switches and your gauges are here off to the right. So really comfortable dash. It's a nice looking dash. The black color, I think, accents well. You look at the port side console, we see a nice grab handle here. We see a nice big glove box, which Lund is known for. All right, throw a bunch of stuff in there. And then a nice kind of tray area up here to, with a non-skid, so you can put your phone or keys or anything that you want quick access to on this, but generally a very nice console setup. So we talk about storage on this boat, and this is kind of unique on how the storage is set up. We do have a cool rod locker that's actually in the floor here, but it also doubles as, actually a ski locker, because the lower level there will actually accommodate something longer. All right, so you can put your rods in. We've got, looks like 10 rod tubes storage for there, and then underneath that, you might be able to put a pair of water skis or some other longer piece, or maybe some super, longer things you might put in there, but it's got a lip in there, so it gives you some versatility in the storage, which is pretty nice. This little mini step up to the bow area is great for tackle trays. Kind of a thin, low profile storage, but you can get several tackle trays in there, or ropes or other things you might want quick access to. As we move all the way up to the bow, we've got storage underneath both compartments on either side. All right, underneath these cushions, there's actually a second live well up here. You can use it as a bait well, or however you want to use it. And then additional storage underneath both sides. We've got this set up with the cushions, so for family use. Right in the middle here, it's a spot where you can put a cooler if you like, or just use it as another additional storage compartment. But as I sit up here, I'm a taller guy, 6'2". I've got plenty of room to lay my feet out comfortably. I've got back padding, which is nice. I've got side padding. I've also got this full-length grab handle up here. So ultimately, a really comfortable, seat for somebody who wanted to sit up in the bow, similar to a bow rider style boat. Or you can store these cushions away and just have it be a full fishing platform. So it kind of gives you versatility in how you want to use the boat. So again, makes it so it's a good fishing boat, but also a good family boat as well. Last thing to talk about on this boat is the power setup. This particular one's maxed out with a 250 horsepower Mercury engine. Being a 21-foot boat with a 250 horsepower, this boat's gonna scream down the water. Plenty of power, plenty of performance. To be honest, if you like the idea of a 20-foot boat, but you're a little bit more price conscious, actually this is basically a 21-foot boat. You can go, and the 200 horsepower will run well with this boat. We have sold several that way. The 250 is kind of the Cadillac best of the best. You also, when you jump to from the 200 to the 250, you're going to see the power steering element to it. So the power steering, which is upgraded from hydraulic steering. So this particular boat's got that upgraded steering system with the 250 horsepower. So there is a price difference between the two engines. Typically, what we see here at Buckeye is most of the 2075 Tyees we're selling with the 250 horsepower, and then the 1975 Tyee, the smaller model, we're going to send out with a 200 horsepower. And those seem to be kind of the ideal setup, price to value, separating the two different price points from that standpoint. So bottom line, beautiful boat, a lot of luxury elements, a lot of luxury features. It's a deep feeling boat, but it's also not so ginormous that you're not going to be able to net a fish or get a fish or reach over the end. Lund's they're very strategic. They wanted to make it a fishing boat first. While we do see a deep hull, deep sides, it isn't so cumbersome that's difficult to fish out of. A lot of models, like a model that would be kind of similar to this in a way from a physical size perspective, would be the Fisherman, so the 2075 Fisherman. But the Fisherman's going to be a lot more basic of a boat, okay? IPS 1 instead of IPS 2, not a lot of these luxury elements in the boat, and a little bit more of a streamlined back end for more trolling, where this is a little bit more versatile in how you can use the boat, a little bit more luxurious. So that's why the Tyee is kind of that standard kind of premium Lund model in kind of a multi-species or pro level boat, but at the same time gives you some family use. So I would equate this similar to the Pro V line, where the Pro V's hardcore high-end fish. The Tyee line is going to be high-end, kind of luxury, sport, family setup. So just depending on what's more important to you, the layout you like and the features you like. So thanks again for checking out the Lund 2025-2075 Tyee with us at Buckeye Sports Center. For more information, visit our website, buckeyesportscenter.com. Subscribe to our YouTube page, where we show videos like this and many other boats and brands. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the water.